Ilyasova. And it's Johnson in at the 3, the small forward. And that one's good. Drummond.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
And so it's the Pistons getting on the board first. Beal dishes the Wall. 6 to shoot. Here's Baller. Not enough on that one as it misses. Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his MO.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 30 years he's has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach. And his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball.
Now here's Wall. Baller, who's guarded by Johnson. Baller passes to Nene. From 10 feet out, Detroit with the rebound. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. It's Jennings with the drive. And the pass to Caldwell Pope. Drummond with a screen on Beal. Caldwell Pope kicks to Jennings. Pass to Drummond. The Pistons working the ball around now. Offensive rebound. Ilyasova dishes to Jennings. No good with the layup.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
And stolen by Ilyasova. Here's Caldwell Pope.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket. And guys, you know, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, this guy screams potential at you. I mean, perfect size and length and speed for a 2-guard. He plays both ends. Right now, it's all about consistency for him.
And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line. A slow start for Washington in this one. Searching for their first points of the game. Wall up top. He's guarded by Jennings. Knocks it loose and stolen by Drummond. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Jennings is running.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough. Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
Pistons leading by 3. On the topic of Caldwell Pope, he's the kind of guy who needs a year to feel his way around. In college, Greg, you may recall he showed dramatic improvement between years 1 and 2. The same thing has been true in the pros.
Yeah, and he has everything going for him. I mean, excellent outside shot, tremendous defensive tools. He just needs to add some strength and stay in attack mode to reach the next level in his development.
From deep, Wall, and he gets it to go. Wall's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thank you, Kevin. A bit ago, Stan Van Gundy and I were able to chat. One player we discussed in detail is the young Bradley Beal. He said, I was a fan of his game from watching him at Florida. His combination of outside shooting and slashing make him a very tough cover. We're going to put pressure on him and try to take the ball out of his hands. And Kevin, Beal's such an intriguing talent. We'll see if he's able to put up some big numbers.
And thank you, Doris. And so it's Washington with it, following the 3 by Detroit. There's a screen by Gortat. Fires from deep. Wall's shot is off. Pistons leading by 3. Jennings passes to Caldwell Pope. It's Jennings with the drive. A beautiful reverse layup.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
All with it. There's a screen by Gortat. And Beal kicks to Wall. Pass the ball. Fades and shoots. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Jennings dishes to Caldwell Pope. There's a screen. Here's Drummond. Terrific design on the big play, and he lays it in. Drummond's got 6. Wizards trail by 5. Outside, Wall. Nene, the screen. Now here's Beal. He's covered closely. Baller passes to Nene. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimme.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
And Washington put together a good season against the East last year. Ended up with that 46-36 record, with 30 of those wins coming against the rest of the conference.
Jared Dudley's checked in for Nene. Pistons leading by 3. Wizards 46-36 last season. That was good enough for them to land the number 5 seed.
Well, it was actually, Kevin, the same finish they had in the conference in 2014, even though they won more games. Washington, though, was only 10-15 against the rest of the Eastern Conference playoff teams.
And that one's good by Gortat.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Jennings kicks to Johnson. Wall against Jennings. Wall with the steal. Here's Baller, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends. Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Washington's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now the feed to Beal. Launches it. The rebound by Johnson.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Yeah, the D, though, just enough to bother the rhythm on that one, Clark.
And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Gary Neal's checked in for the Wizards. Sessions comes in for John Wall. Then for the Pistons, Morris comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Jackson in for Caldwell Pope. Jackson drives in. No luck. And it's Washington the other way. Neal's shot is off.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
To the middle. Here's Baller. That's good. Baller's got 8 points.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Now here's Jennings. And the layup's good off the glass. 6 points for him.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter. And guys, Brandon Jennings last season looked like he was finally becoming more efficient. He shot at the upper range of his career field goal percentage from 3 and the free throw line. And then suddenly the Achilles ended his season at 41 games played. Really unfortunate.
Johnson outside. And here is Drummond. 6 points for him. Morris a screen. Drummond sets the screen for Jennings. Jackson misses.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Sessions dishes to Dudley. Baller. He's guarded by Johnson. Kicks to Neal. Just 5 on the clock. They get it back. Dudley's shot is good. And now a 4-point Washington lead.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Jennings drives in. The dish to Drummond. Rebound, Washington.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Sessions passes the ball. Hortz out with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up. From 17 feet out, rebound Andre Drummond. Pistons trail by 4. Outside Jennings. 56 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. He kicks to Morris. Johnson dishes to Jennings. The 3. No good. Now Washington takes it the other way. And Dudley kicks to Sessions. Dishes it to Gortat. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And the thing, Greg, about Marcin Gortat, he's not a high flyer. He's not a super flexible athlete. But he's one of the best centers in the league because he's tough. And he's worked hard on developing his skills. And he always hustles.
Yeah, and he fights for position down low. A terrific screener, does a lot of that dirty work. And he's also very good at passing the basketball. You know, a lot more skilled, particularly in the pick and roll, than maybe people give him credit for. He can hurt a defense in a surprising number of ways.
And Washington making a change here. Porter's checked in, and then for Detroit, Aaron Baines comes in for Drummond. And it's Jody Meeks in for Brandon Jennings. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Jackson. Feeds it to Baines. Good on the shot.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Pass to Neal. For the three. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Wizards lead by 4. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And John Wall spoke prior to the game. He talked about the identity of the Wizards team. The Wizards not exactly, Clark, the first team that you think of when it comes to gritty and grimy team defense, but maybe he's really got a point here on how tough the Washington defense can be.
Well, it's been good enough to have taken them further than most thought they'd go. And you don't get there without the defense, Kevin. You know that. I'm really impressed, though, with Wall's mindset in all of that.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Greg, no uncontested shots for the most part. That's why they've had success.
The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Porter is out there with Jared Dudley. Then it's Nene in at the 5 down low. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Dudley's shot is good.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Jackson kicks to Meeks. He feeds it to Baines. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And for Jared Dudley, a bit of a resurgence last season. Found a team you like playing for, played much closer to his career numbers than the year before with the Clippers.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I mean, he turned back the clock in almost every category. And I think, to your point, a lot of it has to do with the fit. He's on a team in a role that suits his talent. And I think you're going to see him continue to be consistent.
And, you know, going back to Jared Dudley, he helps you in so many different ways. Shoots a lot of threes, yet does so efficiently. He rebounds, he passes the ball. He'll get a little physical, too. He's a valuable vet to have in your locker room.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And you know what Jared Dudley's nickname was in college? The Junkyard Dog. I mean, for his toughness and that nose he has for the ball. 2 attributes that have served him greatly here at the next level.
Here's Caldwell Pope. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Washington.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
And he's good on the second.
Hey.
Here's Wall. And here in the second, with about a minute and a half gone by, he dishes it to Beal. Nene at the elbow. The 10-footer. And again, Washington no good. Pistons trail by 5. Outside Jackson. And the pass to Baines. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Baines has got 6 points. For Washington, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Wall passes to Nene. And there's the feed to Porter. Nene outside. 6 to shoot. Lets it fly from 18. That misses off the backboard.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
It's Jackson with the drive. Rebounded by the Wizards.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense. Active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
They set the pick. Down low. Puts up the baby hook. And it's Baynes missing. Shot's good. Baynes has got 6 here in this quarter.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
So timeout called here. The first for Washington. Washington making some changes. Gortat's checked in for Dudley. And it's Baller in for Otto Porter Jr. And then for Detroit, Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baynes. And it's Jennings in for Jackson. The Wizards with the lead. Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late. But you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
Here's Jennings following the basket by Nene. Ilyasova is screen on Wall. Jennings against Wall. It's Meeks outside. Rebounded by the Wizards. Gortat's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Pass to Beal. Gortat against Drummond. Beal dishes the Wall. Passes it to Gortat. And it's sent back by Drummond. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Pistons trail by 3. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Jennings for 3. Can't get it to go. Now Washington takes it the other way. And Gortat kicks to Nene. Back to Gortat. The Wizards working the ball around now. And here's Wall outside. The rebound by Caldwell Pope.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had early.
Lets it go from deep. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession. Wizards ball. Wizards leading by 3. Now here's Wall. Pass to Ball. Kicks to Beal. Knocked loose. 5 on the clock. Out to the right wing. Takes a 3. And John Wall with the 3. Wall's got 6 points.
They're not going to run that play very often. But hey, they'll take it. Way to notch that 3.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
You know, getting back to Gortat, he signed that 5-year, $60 million contract a couple of years back. Raised some eyebrows at the time because he's not a supreme athlete, but his size, effort, and refined skill set have made him worth it so far.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Drummond. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris.
And talking about Gortat, I like what he can do for you defensively. Doesn't really have a vertical, but uses his length and timing to alter shots. And he moves his feet well enough to close out on shooters and also cover the pick and roll. So solid and complete in terms of a frontline player.
Here's Jennings after the basket by Washington. They set the pick. Caldwell Pope kicks to Drummond. Will it go? Gortat with the rebound. Gortat's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
The dish to Ilyasova. It's tipped, and Drummond kicks to Caldwell Pope. That's his first basket of the game. 1 for 6 and looking for more. And so it's Washington with it. 6-point game. To the left wing. Here's Baller. That's good. And Zawal with the assist. That's 12 points for Baller.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Now here's Jennings. 6 points for him. Meeks passes to Jennings. Ilyasova sets a screen for Jennings. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Drummond, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And there's the pass to Ball. The 11-footer. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
It's Jennings with the drive. Here's Caldwell Pope. Got a piece of it.
And another miss. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have. You're right. And Gortat kicks to Nene. Dishes to Temple. Nene against Drummond. Nene the pass to Gortat. The lead pushed to double digits. And now it's a 10-point Wizards lead.
And he just big boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Jennings kicks to Ilyasova. Drummond in the post. Gortat's there. Gortat with the block.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring. Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it. And, guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
Now here's Wall following the miss by Jennings. Ring shot on the way. Rebound by Ilyasova. Ilyasova's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far. A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Jennings against Wall. He kicks it to Nene. There's a minute left in the second quarter. Drummond a screen. Jumper off the screen. The offensive rebound. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And G.A., he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
And Washington has possession. Following the bucket by the Pistons. Here's Nene. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
And if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe. And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those, and this game could be over.
They set the pick, and here's Jennings outside. Jennings with another miss.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Washington out in front. They're up by 11. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Bradley, it certainly seemed to be a focus of this team to have a strong first half, which you did. Is this type of intensity something that coaches made a priority?
Yeah, most definitely. We wanted to hit them first. We weren't going to check any temperatures, as he said, so we were not going to just let guys do what they want to do. We're going to come out and be the aggressor, and we did that.
Well, you imposed your will, Bradley. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. The second quarter was very positive for them. They clearly upped the intensity and upped their lead, finishing the half with an 11-point advantage. And taking a look at the Wizards, Shaq, what'd you think?
The field goal percentage was off the Chisnarts, Ernie. Let me rewind it. The field goal percentage was off the charts, Ernie. It was well planned, well executed. They took very few bad shots, and that needs to be the focus from here on out. More smart basketball, don't try to do too much, and open the door.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
You're hot, and that's certainly been the case for Baller. 18 points and 3 denials.
No idea we'd see a performance like this one today.
The only way to describe it in my vocabulary is dominance.
Checking out the group for Stan Van Gundy to start the second half. Jennings and Caldwell Pope in the backcourt. Ilyasova out there with Johnson. And it's Drummond in at the center position. Now here's Beal. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Gortat dishes the Wall. Good on the triple. Wall's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Wizards. Well, guys, how good a playmaker is John Wall? Second in assists last season to Chris Paul. Clark, he almost finished number one.
Yeah, and the only difference really is that Paul was a little more efficient than Wall. Paul had a 4-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. Wall was only at 2.5-to-1. But some of that is Paul's experience.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there.
Feeds it to Beal. Wall against Johnson. Baller passes to Gortat. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And the one thing about John Wall, he has that air of confidence that only the truly great ones possess. He's a fearless attacker, tremendous vision and creativity, a true floor general, not just an athlete masquerading as a point guard.
The Wizards have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. That free throw good from Gortat.
And, you know, talking about John Wall, we saw him improve his pacing last season. Sure, he still played at rapid-fire speed at times, but he also seemed to have a better understanding of when to pull it back and when to speed it up. Better change of pace in how he went about his game.
And he can't hit the second.
And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14.
Wizards leading by 15. It's Beal on the wing. And it's sent back by Drummond. Now Jennings. He's got 6. Ilyasova, a screen on Wall. Jennings drives in. The 19-footer is on the money. Jennings has got 8 points.
Brandon Jennings.
Well, as you said, Greg, the Pistons were a team that showed marked improvement. And, Clark, they did clean up their play style as well.
Yeah, they got better from 2014 to 15 in terms of upping their assists and cutting down the turnovers. Just made it a much more enjoyable game to watch the way they play.
And guys, Brandon Jennings, some people love his chaotic game. Some can't stand it. One of the more polarizing talents in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever shoot for an efficient percentage or become a lockdown defender, Kevin. He's an offensive catalyst. He pushes the action and he'll go on scoring binges, but I think he does more good than bad with his style of play.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And talking about Brandon Jennings, he has an endless bag of tricks. Keeping the ball literally on a string, makes behind the back, no look, and off the backboard passes few players would even try. That unpredictability, though, can make him difficult to check and often forces defenders into positions from which they can't recover.
Jared Dudley's checked in for Nene. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Pistons. Reggie Jackson comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
You know, Brandon Jennings is that rare type of difference maker, a guy who can jumpstart your offense without turning the ball over. That's a valuable asset when you're trying to line up the W's.
Baller, he's guarded by Johnson. Stolen by Jackson. Johnson kicks to Drummond. Unloads from 9. Washington with the rebound. Baller's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
He feeds it to Dudley. Takes the 13-footer, and he gets the jumper to drop. Dudley's got 8. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Drummond dishes to Jackson. Johnson, that's for 2. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one. Jennings against Wall. There's a screen by Gortat. Wall attacking. Got a piece of it, and taken away by Johnson. Got a piece of it. Beal with the steal. One-on-one here.
You know what? He wasn't going to wait around for any help on that break.
Solo soiree performance all the way. How about that for a little bit of a limerick?
I'm going to let it slide.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Jackson passes to Morris. Drummond up top. Jennings against Wall. Shot clock at 6. The drive by Jennings. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Wall against Jennings. Outside, Wall. Baller passes to Dudley. Another one falls for Washington.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Well, last season, the Wizards fell off just a bit in the second half of the year. Still, Greg, very competitive at home.
Yeah, and their strong play at home helped them weather that storm, Kevin. I mean, they ended up going 29-12 here at the Verizon Center.
And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Nene, he's checked in for Gortat. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Baller. Gary Neal's checked in for Bradley Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Baines is checked in. Now here's Jennings. He's got 8. Right side Jackson. Morris a screen. It's Jackson with the drive. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Washington.
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets, and there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
Reggie Jackson had made some noise about wanting a big contract to be moved last year. Ultimately, he was traded to Detroit.
Yep, Kevin traded from the Thunder to the Pistons, and it actually happened on deadline day.
And Dudley kicks to Porter. Just 5 to shoot. Shot from free throw range. Detroit with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that. And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish it. And if you go back, remember Jackson struggled with the Pistons last year as well. So the team went on a losing streak as soon as he got there.
Neal. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Pistons trail by 15. Outside Jennings. Morris outside. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings.
And Jackson will look for a fresh start this season. I mean, hard to play with all the drama and questions going in your head about pending free agency.
Now here's Porter looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Dudley. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. And the Wizards lead by 15. The Pistons have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Here's Morris. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
It's intercepted. The drive by Jennings. The quick look, no good that time. Wizards leading by 13. Here's Neal. He dishes it to Dudley. Shoots from 12, and the jumper is good. Dudley's got 8 here in the quarter.
That's a very good high percentage look right there.
For Detroit, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. And he gets it to go.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
Yeah, that's a winning formula as far as I'm concerned. They've been the aggressors and far more assertive on the offensive end.
And that one's good.
Sessions doing a nice job that time.
Here is Jennings. He's got 8. Outside Jackson. They set the pick. Now the feed to Johnson. Pass to Morris. There's Jennings with the 3. Good. Jennings has got 11 points.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. Dudley's shot is good.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter. Now a timeout called by Detroit. Just a bit of an up and down year for the Pistons last season. Had some long winning streaks and some long losing streaks for first-year head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah, Kevin, some would say it was addition by subtraction because they really went on that big run after they released Josh Smith. 7 straight wins for them at one point, and they also did have some giant lulls.
And, you know, those giant lulls were a big part of the Pistons' season. I mean, their biggest losing streak was 13 straight losses, and a lot of that you attribute to their defense.
And Washington going with a whole new group here. Detroit also making some changes. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Jody Meeks in for Brandon Jennings. Ilyasova inside the line. Here's Morris. And he banks in the layup. Morris has got 8 points in the quarter.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
It's Wall with the drive. And that one's good.
And the Pistons also went into a slump after they traded for Reggie Jackson. 1-9 after the trade deadline. They would end the season on a better note, but truly they were streaky last season.
Here's Jackson following the basket by John Wall, and that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And the Pistons making a change here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. And it's Baines missing. Wizards leading by 14. Moment here now for an injury report.
Hey, Kev, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Washington. He told me that it doesn't look too serious.
Thank you, Doris. Boy, you always hate to see anyone ever deal with any sort of injury.
And almost for every player, it's inevitable. I mean, injuries are going to happen no matter how well you take care of yourself.
And let's just hope the rehab process doesn't drag on any longer than it has to.
Here's Gooden. Rebound, Detroit. Ilyasova's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Caldwell Pope. Baller, guarded by Jackson. Here's Temple, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Baller passes to Gooden. Shot clock at 6. No good there off the double clutch. Pistons trail by 12. Caldwell Pope dishes to Meeks. The shot is off. Wall with some nice defense. Washington's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Passes it to Gortat. 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. Shot is no good. And Detroit the other way now. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Detroit, no good that time either. Wizards leading by 12. Baller passes to Gortat. Jackson against Wall. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Wall's got 15 points.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Wizards lead by 14. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Pistons trail by 14. The great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Jared Dudley out there with Nene, and it's Neal in at the small forward position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. That's tipped. And Drummond kicks to Jackson. Good. Jackson's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Pistons.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Pass to Neal. Back to Wall. That's good again. His 7th basket, 7 for 10 from the floor.
Well, if you're going to give them layups, there's no way you're going to get back in this game.
Drummond with a screen on Wall. It's Jackson with the drive. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
That is so tough to defend. He'll cross you over in a nanosecond. That move is next to unstoppable.
Kicks it to Beal. Back to Wall. There's the dish to Nene. To the inside. 5 to shoot. Dudley, no luck.
Just tentative in the paint. Lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Outside, Meeks. Rebound, Washington. Oh, and here we go. Wall's got it. The fast break.
Woo. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
Here's Jackson after the basket by Washington. Drummond, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
Sessions checked in for Washington. And Detroit with a change here, too. Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for Jody Meeks. Beal can't get it to go. Pistons trail by 11. The pass to Jennings. Shoots from 14. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Assistant, Reggie Jackson.
The Wizards have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. There's Beal with the 3, and he gets the bucket.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
The Pistons have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Morris kicks to Jackson. Johnson dishes to Drummond. Soft touch off the glass. Drummond's got 5 points now this quarter.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Beal against Jackson. Beal the pass to Dudley. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Morris with a screen on Sessions. Jennings can't get it to go.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficiently. There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
And Beal kicks to Sessions. Dishes to Neal. Nene against Drummond. Nene left side. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Detroit gets called for the foul.
Well, I tell you what, Nene is a man among boys down low. Remarkable physical power. And he's also got a tough mentality about him. Just a real rugged individual.
And getting back to Nene, an obvious inside player with great impact. He looks and plays like a man possessed. Yet through last season, Greg, he's never averaged as much as 8 rebounds a game.
And, you know, his true value is measured in intangibles at times, not just on the stat sheet. He does all the dirty work so others can shine.
And Nene, a guy with an incredibly strong start to his career in Denver, the first Brazilian to ever be selected in the first round, voted, as you may recall, to the NBA All-Rookie team.
Yeah, and came into the league just a tremendously raw talent, really developed faster than a lot of people expected, but what has been the case for him is the injury bug. I mean, the knee, the foot, shoulder, Achilles, you name it, he's had it, and it's hindered his career somewhat.
And cancer. He's beaten cancer.
That's very good.
They get the rebound. Dudley, and he gets it to go. Dudley's got 14 points here in the second half.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Wizards leading by 15. Feeds it to Beal. Back to Gortat. Dudley dishes to Beal. And again, Washington with the triple.
Yeah, you know, going back to Nene, in 14 years, he's been able to suit up for roughly 65% of the games. That's tough on the team's continuity on both ends of the floor. Injuries have been a part of that, though, and oftentimes those are beyond the player's control.
So it's Washington now, following the bucket by the Pistons. Beal, the pass to Dudley. Nene, the screen. Here's Sessions. No good. Great D that time from Jennings.
And you know, guys, the thing with Nene, he helps you in so many ways when he's in there. He's hard to back down in the post. He eats up space. Tough to get around on picks. He has the toughness that champions are made of.
Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now, his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping, but I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx. But I'm expecting a big year from him this season.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hi, Kevin. Randy Whitman was just going over the plan with his team. He wanted his guys to keep up the intensity, saying, if any of you think this game is over, you're wrong. We've got work to do. I don't want to see any letdown on the defensive end of the floor. Guys, let's watch how it plays out.
You know, for Drummond last season, his numbers were relatively the same. The expectations placed on him were so hard for him to live up to. Maybe now those will be tempered a bit and he'll play better.
Wizards leading by 14. Outside, Wall. Gooden the pass to Baller. Outside, Wall. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 8 rebounds in this game.
And another thought on Drummond, a lot more was expected of him last year, and he saw more attention. Even though his numbers were close to the same, I really felt his impact on the floor was not.
And Ilyasova kicks to Drummond. Johnson dishes to Jackson. To the inside. Here's Caldwell Pope. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Washington's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%.
And how's that for some ups coming from that one?
Well, he is a rarity among NBA point guards in his ability to elevate.
Yeah, his athletic ability, guys, is really what takes him a notch above most players at his position.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. But look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
And he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Jackson with it. Out left to the wing. They set the screen. The shot misses. Now Washington takes it the other way. They led by as many as 18 points.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Now here's Jackson. He kicks it to Caldwell Pope. Right at the free throw line. Rebounded by the Wizards.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Johnson against Wall. To the wing right side. Gooden the pass to Ball. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Washington's offense last year looked solid on paper, but in reality, it was much tougher to defend against. They could hurt you in a number of ways.
And the Wizards, Kevin, could get you in transition, but they could also, as you mentioned, they could get you with their half-court sets. Top 10 in field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage last season.
Nene, he's checked in for the Wizards. Bradley Beal comes in for Garrett Temple. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And, you know, for the Wizards, it wasn't just how they scored, but who scored. I mean, they ended the season with all 5 starters averaging double-digit points, and that's a rarity.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Ilyasova's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Now, here is Gortat. Here's Wall. Add that basket to his impressive total. Brings him to 10 for 14.
And thinking back to the Wizards having all of their starting 5 scoring in double digits last year, those are the kinds of teams that coaches hate to plan against. Any given night, one of them can step up and hurt you, and you just couldn't plan for where their points were going to come from. And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Wizards.
Looks that way, Steve. And Clark, what an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, they definitely had a huge edge, and that's in their DNA, to push the pace and to apply pressure from an offensive standpoint. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are exactly the kind of games they can play.
That's fun basketball to watch.
It sure is. It sure is.
Just a quality win, and you look at the box score and some really good numbers for Baller. Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Here's Jackson following the bucket by the Wizards, and Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
And they're on the kind of run that could have made a difference had it just started a little earlier.
Yeah, but I think the only reason they're on this run is because the defense has relaxed a little bit, knowing the game is basically in the bag.
And here's Wall. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, I'm here with Bradley Beal following a confident win. How does it feel to play with such great offensive flow as a team like you did tonight, Bradley?
It's the most fun we had all year. I mean, by far. I mean, the ball was moving on offense. We were playing great team defense and getting out on the break and scoring. And when you're scoring that many points, it's always fun.
Bradley, thank you for the time. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. See you next time.
The 2K Sports Postgame Show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Let's take a look now as we give our nod to our Jordan Player of the Game. He had a tremendous first half, and that clearly inspired the whole team after halftime. Gave him a big lift.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
He was doing some serious battling with the bigs down low. He's not afraid to go hard to the rack wherever he had the chance. He doesn't care about their size. He's going in there, and he's going in there often. I think he caught him off guard with that aggressive behavior.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.